All right, so I believe we are good. Let me see. All right. Thanks everyone for joining this meeting. And we are going to start this Cisco SD-WAN today. And this is going to be our weekdays batch for Monday to Friday. So, all right, let me see if all good. Okay. So let me share my screen and then we'll quickly start that. You guys are able to see my screen? Can someone just confirm me? If you guys are able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hi Dharam, welcome to the class. Thank you. All right, guys. Chalo, okay. So let me quickly start and without any further delay. So we are going to discuss and let me open the lab topology as well. Something new I'm preparing for you guys for this batch. Since last 1.5 months, we not started any batch because I was working to lab upgradations. Still not fully tested, but we have the both labs, the old lab and new lab. So new lab is basically building for the all kind of training, even the corporate, even the retail batch, public batch, whatever you're doing that. So that's why I am working on the lab guides and the labs. So there are a lot of works. So I'm preparing something very good for everyone. So this is going to be a new version lab 2015.1. So we are going to get CH-BH combination. Earlier also we have a CH, but little bit slight modifications in the lab. This is our old lab batch, old labs, where we have the multiple site, but we have the more VH, just one CH. And that was like CSR 1000V, but now in the new lab infrastructure, I'm trying to build a new infrastructure as a new lab setup. So we can see we have the VH as well. We have the CSR 1000V as well. And also we add the C8000V as well for the CH connectivity. So this is a new lab. We'll walk through that lab later on, both lab, old lab, new lab, and we'll try to understand. You don't have to worry about that. Like even you're working for the old lab or new lab, almost every training feature, every concept is going to remain same. Nothing is going to be changed. Like content is going to be same. Only some kind of the new configurations you're going to get in this routers C1000V. Even for VH same, manager same, smart same, vBond same. They are actually a new device. So this is going to be not smart. This is going to be your controller for the new name. So what I'll explain, because Cisco just changed everything and this is going to be your validator. So image is basically 2015. So it is validator. Okay, validator. So it might be someone is thinking, what the hell I'm talking about that. So we don't think about that. These are the just, basic idea, but we'll discuss from the scratch. All right, guys. So let's start this session. So who I am? So very good evening, you all, and welcome to the this Cisco SD-WAN live session. And I hope you all are doing great. Today is day one, so we'll try to speak in English. If you guys have any kind of the questions, you can ask also in Hindi as well. And probably if nobody is having any challenge later on, because it's a demo session, so probably I'll keep in the English. But later, if everyone is going to be fine with the Hindi English both, so we'll just convert language as per our choice. There is no problem for that. But let's start. So I hope you all are doing great, and I'm excited to start this Cisco SD-WAN. That is the most demanding technology in the modern enterprise infrastructure and enterprise networking. And if you're going to learn, definitely you're going to get a very good opportunity in the market. So myself, Pankaj, and if you guys don't know about me, so myself, Pankaj, having 16 plus years of experience. I work for different company. You guys can, find me on the LinkedIn as well, right? So you can just go and check my profile, what I have done in past. So if you just check me, so I work for different company. You can see, I started my journey with JT Telecommunications, one of the largest India telecommunications equipment provider. And then I work for the Tech Mahindra as associate architect. Then I work for the SCL also. I work for the British Telecom for the network lead. I work for the technical manager for the SCL technology. I work for the British Telecom twice. Earlier it was technical lead, and that also I work for the network consultant, network security manager for the long period of time. And my last full-time organization was Rackspace Technologies, where I just, work as a senior manager for the network security management. Almost 20, 30 people were reporting to me, and I was the global tech manager for the network security across the US, India, Singapore, Japan. All people are directly reporting to me, and I was just handling entire network security NetSec product in the Rackspace and the British Telecom. So throughout this journey, I learn a lot because I work currently. I'm associated with the GuiNet technology as a network security architect and technical trainer. I'm doing the consulting and all. So you guys can always connect on me on the LinkedIn. You can find me about me. So that is all available on the LinkedIn platform. Now, if I talk about further, like what is the pain point I found during my all journey? So during my journey, I work on the L1, L2, and L3. So I find, right, people are struggling with the right skills. Why I become a trainer, why I become so passionate to train the people, talk to people. So when I was L1, L2, and L3, so especially on the L1 and L2, I have a lot of questions, a lot of doubt, but people are not available to help me in the right way. So I took a lot of mentor sessions for the different peoples, and definitely I found very good friends. They come from the, especially for the UK and also from Dubai for global projects. And when I was at Tech Mahindra, so they helped me a lot to bring my basic foundations. Then I realized if you have the right knowledge, you can not only grow by yourself, right? You cannot just grow yourself. You can just also help other people to grow them. So from where I start doing some kind of the on-floor training, like people are coming on the floor, new joining is coming. So I initiate that, like I want to just train the people about the LLD, HLD. I want to train how the BGP is going to be configured, how we can do the troubleshooting, how we can do the documentations. And this is where I develop my technical skills to not just only complete my day-to-day work, also how upgrade the people who are the new joiner, how I can make them comfortable on the floor so they can also be, high committed for the, any kind of the project, any kind of the work. So they can just, give the best client experience while doing the troubleshooting and the configuration and any kind of the implementations. And after L1 and L2, L3, I also become a network security architect and technical manager. So SL also, I have opportunity to train the people on the floor. And BT, definitely, I work very closely for the upskilling process for the NetSec people because I was also senior role and working on the senior role, and they get opportunity how to handle them as well in the training and the on-floor projects as well. So not only I have expertise in the routing, switching, or might be the SD-WAN. No, it's not like that. If you guys find me, I have expertise equally in the routing switching, equally in the network security. If I'm talking network security, so I'm very much comfortable if you talk about the firewalls. So my key firewalls expertise is the Palo Alto, right? I regular give the training, FortiGate, many of you already attended, and Checkpoint. They are like my basically strongest area. And not only firewall, if I talk about the cloud security, so cloud security is basically that's Zscaler, and you can just find on the Prisma Access. So they are the also, and then SD-WAN, you can just find me on the Cisco SD-WAN and the Versa SD-WAN and also in the FortiGate SD-WAN. But I'm not getting that much time to deliver all this training. Along with that, definitely CCNP, CCNA, and CCI track I keep covering for people based on my availability. But most of the time, I'm getting busy myself on these firewalls, these two firewalls, very heavy demand in the market, the cloud security for the Zscaler and the SD-WAN for the Cisco. We have a lot of training requirement. Trust me, guys. If I give full day training, 24-hour training, I have the opportunity I can give 24-hour training. So because people are having a lot of demand, they have a lot of kind of the requirement, but we don't have the skilled people who can just train them. So if you guys also have a passion to become a trainer in the future, you want to become, so first you have to make yourself, you must have to be, always in the learning mode. If you're not in the learning mode, you're not going to be, deliver something in very good for the professional people, especially for the experienced people. because they are going to ask any questions. You should have the expertise to tackle those questions. So if you have any doubt in any firewalls, although we are talking about the SD-WAN, but in case if you have any doubt in the any firewall technologies, any Zscaler technologies, any Prisma access, not only Prisma access, even you are talking about the exam analyst and the engineer program, especially for the Cortex XDR, right? Cortex short EDR platform, right? So you can just ask me that also, because recently I'm going to launch that particular global badge for that as well, for the especially for say security operations. All right, so this is about me, and before we can start doing discussion about the any configuration and deployment of the Cisco SD-WAN, if I'm going fast, guys, you can just drop in message. I will take slow pause and I will go slowly. If you feel I'm going speaking so fast, sometime I speak very fast, but if you find, you can just stop me. No worry for that. So when we're going to start the configuration and deployment concept, I mean, means before we're going to start this all concept, it's very important to us understand why you should learn the SD-WAN. What was the problem along with your entire journey with the WAN that SD-WAN just quickly replaced that? And why it's become very important for the, any industry who is going to do the digital transformation. Already they are doing digital transformation, or they are just planning to do digital transformation and they want to go on the SASE platform. So what was happening earlier, traditionally, when you talk about the organization, they have the different branches, different offices. So if they are going to connect with different branches, different offices, so what is going to happen? They are just using some sort of the, WAN circuits, right? Any MPLS, any internet, and they provide a very stable connectivity. Internet is also nowadays very stable connectivity is there, but only problem is that with the SD-WAN, MPLS technology is that they are good, but they are very costly. That is the only problem. Means if you're going to use the MPLS, dedicated circuits, end-to-end dedicated circuits, but cost is very high. So somehow if you're going to plan to do SD-WAN deployment for the SD-WAN, not SD-WANs for MPLS, and you finding the cost is high, so somehow you might be not able to opt that solutions. So what is the alternate options we have? We have to go on the internet-based solutions. You have to purchase the internet circuits, and based on that internet circuit, you just have to connect your branches, any kind of the locations. So what is the problem with the internet? Internet is not dedicated. It's a shared media, right? Any traffic you're sending on the internet, it is going to be accessible from the all across the people of the globe. Means any hacker, if I want to see your traffic, if you're not doing right security on your internet traffic, what is going to happen? Might be anyone is going to manipulate, do the malicious actions. So to mitigate those problems, you have to do encryptions, IPsec tunnel, VPNs configuration. So this is going to make the complexity of your network. That is one, internet is not very reliable, very not secure. So you have to make them reliable, make them secure. You have to buy a very high speed circuit, and then also you have to add the security. So when any problem is going to happen, that also going to be make a problem in terms of the troubleshooting and handling the quick resolutions. And the third problem, guys, third problem is the application behavior. Means earlier we had the MPLS. MPLS is very costly. Hold on, guys. Why I'm writing here? It's going there. Okay. Okay. MPLS, it's costly, right? Then we talk about the internet. Internet is fine. It's good. It's low cost circuit, right? But having security issue. Give me one line of space here. Okay, let me having security issue and network complexity, right? So you're going to get a network complex. But the third problem we have, that is the applications. Means any applications you are going to deploy. Might be your application is going to deploy in your data centers. That's fine. You can connect with the any WAN circuit, might be the MPLS or internet, could be anything. But the problem is start happening when the cloud has been bought. Means Azure, AWS, might be GCP. These all start getting problem for the all business because you do not just host your application in your data centers. You also start leveraging or moving your application toward the cloud platforms such as the Microsoft O365. That's one application in the Azure cloud. We have the AWS cloud. We have also SaaS application like box.com, Salesforce. So traditional WAN architecture, whatever traditional WAN architecture, I'm just telling this story, guys, in a very high level. So don't be confused. Don't be confused what I'm talking, what Ravis I'm talking. It's very important to understand some story as well. Before going and understand the actual technology, we should have some background. What was happening in the past and why this SD-WAN becomes so popular. So the way application start moving in the your different cloud provider, your traditional WAN architecture start facing major challenges. Why major challenges? Because you have to steer the traffic from branch to data center, means you have to route the traffic from branch to data centers. Then after also you have to make sure your internet from data center to have the cloud connectivity, or might be directly branch should have the cloud connectivity to the internet. So this is how you have to build your architectures. So first traffic should branch to data center internet, and then to the cloud, which increase latency, which degrade the application performance because your path is going to be bigger and bigger, means longer and longer. And you don't have any kind of the better visibility of the applications, what is happening on that. So that's why if there is a problem, someone is also working in behind the problem to get some solutions. So at the same time, organization was start exploring what is a faster way of deploying the applications, means not only deploying, connecting to the application which are based on the any cloud providers. That's why they think about the centralized management, because routers was earlier working as an individual router. And if they are going to work as an individual router, they have the kind of the standalone, they have the processing unit, standalone, they have the routing unit, standalone, they have the any kind of management unit, means control plane, data plane, and management plane. They're all having the individual on the routers. So to make them individual to the centralized, they start exploring the opportunity, how we can get the centralized management, how we can get the access of the applications by using the better connectivity with the low latency, and also how we can get the better visibility of the all the application with the any type of transport, not only the MPLS, not only the internet. If any transport is communicating, how we can get the all options. So this is where when we talk about the centralized keyword, when I talk about the centralized keyword, this is where SD-WAN basically born, right? So SD-WAN is come in a picture to mitigate those all problem. Whatever the problem we have in the earlier, that all problem, whenever Cisco deliver this SD-WAN solution, not Cisco, Versa also, we have the Palo Alto also, Zscaler also, we have the FortiGate also, VeloCloud also. So any of the SD-WAN you are going to use that, they having a different architecture. What they do that, they basically design architecture in such way you can deploy your control plane in one locations and data plane in other locations. And also we have some kind of the connectivity that is known as switch fabric. So I'll discuss that. What is a switch fabric? What is a control plane or data plane in detail? In a very low level I'll discuss, but I'm talking about the very high level. So Cisco SD-WAN come in a picture, not only to give the better connectivity to the cloud, not only to save your cost, not use by not using the MPLS, not only giving the flexibility and the right security by using the your internet circuits, not only by just separating the your control plane and data plane from the one router to the central locations, they all integrated solution in such way where control plane, data plane, that all allow a automated way of the configurations. They also give the policy management. They also give the intelligent traffic engineering across the WAN infrastructure. Might be you guys thinking what the hell I'm talking, but let me explain step by step how it is going to happen after some time. So instead of configuring router manually, you don't have to go and touch the router manually. You can just simply go and sit in the center location. You can do all the configurations. This is one example. If you want to do any failover, you don't have to do manual failover. You simply go on the any locations and do the means any central location and do the failover, or might even not you want to do the failover. It will automatically do the failover if you have the right policy configurations. So this is just brief idea about the SD-WAN. Let me talk about the very basic examples, and then we'll talk about the how SD-WAN is going to look like. So let me give an examples, very simple examples. We have one way is going to be traditional WAN. Okay. This is the new way we are going to talk as a yes. Someone, can you mute yourself? Okay, so we have the traditional WAN and we have the one is the SD-WAN. Traditional WAN, simply it's known as the wide area network. This is known as the software defined wide area network. So you can see, if I'm talking the WAN, a WAN is just wide area network. You might be learn just making the connections from one location to another location. So if you have multiple geo locations, you want to make them connections, you require the WAN connections. These WANs were good. Definitely. They're using the most popular method to connect the one side to another side is the MPLS and the internet. They use that. Even if we're going to use the SD-WAN, still they are going to find the MPLS. You are going to find the internet. These two are also going to be there. If you want to use, you can use that. But in addition of that, they support other transport as well. They're not required only MPLS and internet. If you have the 4G circuit and you want to build a WAN your SD-WAN architecture, you can do that. If you have the 5G, you can do that. If you have the any kind of the broadband, you can do that. Any satellite circuit, you can also do that. So these all methods are popular in the SD-WAN, right? So you can see when you talk about the SD-WAN, SD is software defined, means the WAN having no intelligence earlier, but the moment we put the software here, the WAN becomes so intelligent and has become the SD-WAN because it is known as the SDN solutions. It's a part of the SDN solutions. So now it's become the more intelligent, means they have the more power, more feature, more way to handle the traffic. And that's why we have the SD-WAN solution here. Now moving further. Earlier we discussed about MPLS is going to require a lot of cost if you're deploying the normal SD-WAN as normal WAN solution, but internet is low cost. Low cost. It's very complex and low security as well, if we talk about that. But if we talk about the MPLS, it's a very like I can say very high security because you have the private circuit. So you're going to get the very high security and very, no complexity in the network. It's a very flat network and you can just easily troubleshoot anything is going to happen. So that is also part of the MPLS. Only cost is a major factor. But when you talk about the SDN solution, in regard of any circuit you're using, MPLS, 4G, if you have money, you can use it. If you don't want to use, you can just simply ignore it. Nobody's going to ask why you're using, why not you're using. If you want to use, you can use. If you don't want to use, even you want to use the internet, 4G, 5G, broadband, lower cost circuit, you can use it. But you can going to get always very high security. That is a very one thing. You are going to get higher security and also you are going to get less complexity in the network, very uniform complexity in the network for your SDN solution. So that is a very high level examples. I'm just giving that. Additionally, if you have the connectivity requirement for traditional WAN, so generally what happen? In traditional WAN, we have the multiple branch. Let me mute. Yeah. We have the multiple branch, guys, like branch 1 and branch 2. You have the branch 3 as well, let's suppose. They are different locations and they are going to connect with the multiple ISP. Might be you connected with the MPLS, might be connected with the internet, could be anything. Let's suppose this is your any ISP service provider. These are going to connect like this one. And now you have one of the data center. So in this architecture, the data center also connected. And from data center, if anyone want to go on the internet, generally we not send any user to go directly on the internet. No, for security reason, because if you are going to deploy every branch location as a firewall to send on the, because to send on the internet we require the firewalls. Firewall why? To just inspect the traffic. Any vulnerability, any malware, any kind of the right port, right user is trying to access or not. So to make this right things, you apply every location the firewall. That is one option. You go every branch and apply the firewall, and then you can just go and send on the internet cloud. You want to send the internet, then every branch is going to send the internet. So this is known as a local breakout. What is known as a local breakout? Means directly from the local branch, you're going on the internet. But if you're thinking, no, I want to save this firewall cost, I don't want to send traffic from the locally from the branch location. So we can deploy the firewall in my data center. This is my firewall and this is my router. This might be connected somewhere in the switch and all. And then we have the internet connectivity from here. So every user which trying to access the internet from any branch location, they go like this. Every user, they go like this. Every user, they go like this. So this is known as the central breakout. So what is the problem in this solution? There is no problem. Trust me, guys. Only problem is you have the every traffic backhauling through the your data center. Might be you are in the India, you are in the New Delhi, okay? And you trying to access the Aadhaar server, which is the internet. Take an example. But your data center in the Singapore. So what is going to happen? You cannot from Delhi to access your data center of the Aadhaar is hosted in Delhi only. But you cannot access that data center directly from the Delhi location. No, you cannot do that. First, your traffic will go Singapore, then it will back to Delhi again. So unnecessary, it is going to get your path very longer and it is going to add the latency. That is a problem with the central breakout. And you also, why you're doing that? To save the cost of your firewalls, because you don't want to give the local breakout. You don't want to make your configuration complex. You want to say everything go via the internet, via the central locations. That is one of the major challenges. Another thing, let's suppose I have now the way cloud has been evolved. We have the different cloud. We have the Azure, we have the AWS, right? We GCP. Ravindra, please mute Ravindra yourself. I request to you. So if you're trying to communicate any of the cloud provider, even you're going to make the connection direct from the branch, right? Again, it's required some sort of the internet circuits. Might be want to apply the firewall. So better you can just make the connectivity again from the internet from the data centers. So again, it is required a lot of configuration. You have to build the tunnel, MPLS connectivity. If you're using the not internet, then also you have to build that. That is going to add another layer of complexity. So to avoid such situations, it's a very high level of design point I'm talking. Lower level, we have the multiple issues. Multiple issues I'll talk about. Failover concept. I can talk about the security problem. I can talk about the redistribution problem. You can talk about the routing problem. We can talk about any kind of the OS upgradation. We can talk about any configuration changes. We can talk about router replacement. Number of things we have. As example, in the legacy WAN, which SD-WAN is going to solve that all problem. So I'll discuss this all, but this is the high level design point of view so I'm talking about. Now, if I'm talking about the SD-WAN solution, same kind of architecture is going to happen, right? Let's suppose we have a data center again here. Let's suppose still we have a data center. Still we have the branch. This is the branch 1. This is my branch 2. This is my branch 3. Now this is the SD-WAN, software defined wide network. First of all, guys, these routers which are hosted in a different location, they are not just router. They have the routing capabilities, plus they have the security capabilities. So you don't have to purchase the firewalls. Firewalls are going to be by default integrated on your SD-WAN fabric. Any vendor you're going to take that. Trust me. even Cisco, even basically you're going to take out the Palo Alto, FortiGate SD-WAN, any vendor you're talking that, firewall is going to be there. So one problem is going to be there. If you want to send any internet-based applications for any locations, you don't have to send directly via the data centers. No, you can directly send via the local breakout because your firewall is there. You can apply the policy by default to filter any kind of the connectivity. At the same time, you want to make any connectivity to Azure and AWS, you can do directly by the local breakout because they have the all capabilities to make the connectivity to the cloud as well. You don't have to require any special capability to build the secure connection from data center. No, from the branch itself, you can do that. So this is what benefits we have. Means you don't have dependency on the dedicated firewalls. You don't have dependency in any third-party vendors, right? To just understand my traffic pattern, and based on that they have to take an actions. Also, we simply take any transport and make them connection. So design is going to be simplified to just make your life easy. Now, if you talk about, I'll go definitely on the Cisco slides, right? Step by step, we'll discuss about that. All slides, what is that in that solutions, like what is the Catalyst SD-WAN, what are different component, what is the name and architecture, what all features we have. You can see, as I mentioned that any transport, any location, any services, not only for the network, they support any kind of the firewall, any kind of voice, internet-based networking. They have the AI ML integrations as well, and they can make the connectivity throughout the all locations. So I will discuss this all things. Now let me talk a little bit more SDN solutions because you guys are learning about the SD-WAN today. So from where SDN come in a picture? So first of all, before we jump in the SD-WAN, there were term known as the SDN. This is known as the software defined networking. This was the very first thing early 2014 and 13 or around that period of time. You find this concept SDN, software defined networking. This was just a framework. This was just idea. And based on that framework, different vendor developed different product. So in Cisco, especially if I talk about that, there were 3 products has been developed, right? The one product is known as the SD-WAN. Another is known as the SD access. That is also known as the SD-LAN. And third is going to known as the ACI, which is application centric infrastructure. So these are the 3 products, right? So these SDN flavor, if any company is using the all 3 products, means that their infrastructure is completely like software defined networking. But let's suppose you are using the partial solutions. Might be you want to secure your WAN. So you are going to replace your legacy WAN to your SD-WAN. So this is just dedicated for the WAN infrastructure. Means you want to make your WAN in such intelligence way who can manage the traffic intelligently, not a normal WAN solutions. They have the lot of features. I will talk those features as well. And I'll compare the feature as per the slide for the previous version as well. Now, if you want to make your LAN intelligence, means you want to get the LAN policy based configuration. You want to do the automations, auto provisioning, like intelligence on that. So you can put on the SDX. This is for the LAN, means any layer 2, layer 3 switches, wireless connections you want to use that. So this is going to be used as the SD access, that is the SD-LAN. So completely LAN is going to be your based on the software defined LAN infrastructure. For data center, ACI is going to be used. So if you want to learn data center, so you just have to learn about the ACI. They are going to use the Nexus, also going to be 9K. Nexus is also going to be part of that discussion, but ACI and Nexus is going to be there, which is going to be used for the any kind of the connectivity for the any kind of management automation for the your data center. And for every like solutions, they have dedicated controllers. In these solutions, we have the controller that is known as the manager. That is the vManage, you can call it. I will talk what is the vManage. So this is the vManage manager. For this is SD access, we have the DNAC, DNS center known as that. And here is we have the AP controller. So there are different orchestration tools, central management tool. By sitting on that central management tool, you can manage the solutions. So this is one piece of the story you should know about that. Now, let me talk about something about the 𝗖𝗁. Okay, this is the SDN, which we are talking SD-WAN, right? And we are going to cover completely this solution, not this solution, not this solution. Now, one more concept you guys should know about it, because you are learning something good thing, so you should know each and every concept. Might we are going to find very popular term as a 𝗖𝗁. Anyone know that? What is 𝗖𝗁? Anyone know that? Secure Access Service Edge. This might be new for everyone, but trust me guys, this is the future. And you are just one step. You're just putting your one step to become future engineer. Trust me. Why I'm talking like that? One step, because this 𝗖𝗁 is not a course. Okay. This 𝗖𝗁 is not a course. This is the framework that is Secure Access Service Edge. So if anyone want to become a 𝗖𝗁 engineer, the roadmap is going to be, you should have the CCNA networking, you should have the CCNP, and you should have the SD-WAN solution. This is your first track if you want to become the 𝗖𝗁 engineer. Second track, you should be good in the firewall. That might be your Palo Alto, might be the FortiGate, or might be the Checkpoint. Where you interest Cisco also, it's fine, no problem. But most demanding Palo Alto and FortiGate. That is the second step. Third step is the secure web gateway. That is the proxy. Okay. Fourth step, you should know about that GTNA concept, right? And fifth, you have the CASB solution concept. So for become a 𝗖𝗁, the SD-WAN is one of the essential part. Okay, so you must have to become a SD-WAN engineer to become a 𝗖𝗁 engineer. This is the very first thing. And to learn this SD-WAN, you must have the prerequisite to learn the CCNA plus CCNP. Okay, if you don't have the good knowledge of CCNA and CCNP, I will highly recommend do not learn the SD-WAN. So that is the prerequisite, basic fundamental. You should know at least what is the prerequisite. You should know how to configure the static routing, how to configure the BGP, and how to configure the OSPF. So basic thing you should know about that. At least you have that much understanding. That means you are doing great. If you don't have the understanding, so I will straight away say you not go and learn the SD-WAN. Okay, that is my recommendation. Now, why 𝗖𝗁 is important? Why 𝗖𝗁 is a future? 𝗖𝗁 is a future because if you are becoming a normal network engineer, okay, normal network engineer, how much salary you can expect? Let's suppose you done the CCNA, CCNP, and SD-WAN. You can get salary 25 LPA, 30 LPA, some point of extent you can get that. But getting more than 30 LPA and 25 LPA, it's very challenging nowadays in the market. Trust me, guys, based on CCNA and CCNP and SD-WAN. No, you cannot get that. But when you're going to become a network security engineer, you can get CTC up to 25 to 40 LPA, even sometimes 45 LPA as well. Easily you can get that. There's no big challenge. Network security means you have a CCNA, CCNP and the SD-WAN, and also you're going to add some sort of the firewall like Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, either one or either two firewall you can add in your CV. Then you're going to become a network security engineer. You have the very good bracket. Even some people are adding the 50 LPA, 60 LPA also. That is a depend how many firewall you know and how much confidence you have. But if you have a dream to become a 𝗖𝗁 engineer, right? This is second track. The third track is become a 𝗖𝗂 engineer. Then you have a chance, you can earn from 20 to, I can say 1 CR as well. Depend on the locations, right? Even India, Bangalore people are earning. Trust me, 80 lakh, 90 lakh. Even my class in the last week only, one of the example was there. He having the very good 13 years, he having experience already. He having almost 45 or 50 LPS CTC. And he referred that one of my friend have the, because he not having the firewall knowledge and network knowledge, so he is struggling. He is already doing the automation and all, but not having the skills of network. He is not able to understand the protocols, not able to build the script. So he give an example. People are running even the 1 CR, 90 lakh, 80 lakhs in the market. So to become a 𝗖𝗂 engineer, it's not 5 year, 6 year. It's going to be experience is going to give that. If you have a 15-year, 20-year experience, and if you have that much expertise, like very good in the firewall, the secure gateway, and especially for secure gateway, you must be good in the either Zscaler or might be the Prisma access or might be the native spoke. Either of the solution, if you're going to get that, you have going to get a lot of opportunity in the market. So you are the first step. Why the first step? Because you are going to become partially SD-WAN engineer. Let's suppose 20% of the 𝗖𝗂 engineer. Why 20%? Because SD-WAN is there. So you have to take this seriously, right? You are become a future engineer. You are going to become a future engineer. So you just have to understand this seriously. Why this SDN is very important. So we are going to do deep dive everything about the SDN. And if you talk about the SDN, SD-WAN concept solutions in market, if you talk the SD-WAN, Cisco is not only solution available in the market. If you talk about the SD-WAN vendors, even one is Cisco. Definitely, we are talking about that Cisco SD-WAN. Now, also in Cisco itself, we have the Meraki SD-WAN also, but it's not very much popular nowadays. Cisco is very much popular. Now you're going to find the Versa SD-WAN. It's very much popular, right? You're going to find that Cato SD-WAN, right? That is also one of the SD-WAN solution. You're going to find that VElook Cloud SD-WAN. You're going to find like that Zscaler SD-WAN, right? You're going to find like what else we have? Versacato. We have the Palo Alto SD-WAN, right? Palo Alto SD-WAN. We have the FortiGate SD-WAN. So we have a lot of SD-WAN. If you just search in the Google SD-WAN vendors, there are lot of SD-WAN vendors available in the market. So does it learn each and every vendors? The answer is no. Simple answer is no. If you're going to learn each and everything, you will end with the nothing learning. Trust me, guys. My recommendation is, if you're a beginner in the SD-WAN, start with Cisco. My recommendation, and you can find in every recommendation. Why Cisco? Cisco is a very global giant in terms of the WAN solution. Nobody is going to beat the Cisco. They have the very good customer base. So if you're planning to get opportunity in the SDN solutions, you want to crack the interview, so you must have to learn some global vendor who have the more footprint across the market. So that's why Cisco is the better platform, because they have the better documentation, better customers acquisitions. So if you're going to learn, you can going to get easily job on the SDN solution. And once you have the any SD-WAN solution knowledge, you can correlate, you can understand other vendor solutions as well. Just think in this way. We have the Cisco router and we have the Juniper router. Both are router. If I'm going to configure a static route here, I can configure a static route here as well. Okay. If I'm going to configure the BGP here, I can configure the BGP here as well. If I'm going to configure the OSPF here, I can configure the OSPF here as well. Let's suppose switch. I can configure the VLAN here. I can configure the VLAN here. So my static, what I'm trying to make a point here, static route concept remains same in across the any vendor. I don't care about the vendors. Across any vendor, my static route concept is going to be same. BGP attributes and fundamentals are going to be same. OSPF concept are going to be same. VLANs are always going to be same. So what is different? Difference is the way of doing the CLI configuration or GUI configuration. That's only difference we have. If I want to do the any configuration of the boxes, that's the only difference is going to happen. So if you have the very good knowledge of BGP, you can understand syntax. You can understand the CLI and GUI configuration. Similar way, if you want to become any SDN knowledge, any SDN based engineer, you must have to understand first fundamental. What is a controller? What is a controller based architecture? How you can segregate the data plane and control plane out of the any kind of the architectures, how they're going to communicate, how we can make the brain, means hidden deployment, branched deployment, how we can make the control tunnel and data tunnel. So those are going to remain same, just your configuration is going to be changed in terms of the different vendor. So there are different vendors available in the market. Now I would give the pause here. You guys can ask question because I'm speaking last 45 minutes. Generally, I do not do that, but in flow, I speak a lot. So you guys can ask question Hindi and English. I'll give the opportunity. Then we'll discuss then I'll continue my discussion again. So please ask a question if you have anything, any doubt, any questions you want to ask.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. So recently we've been working on SD-WAN. Right now, my company is slowly migrating to the SD-WAN for the clients we are doing for the banking clients. So they are working in 𝗵𝗶𝗃 for Aruba. I'm just for the project. I don't know. I don't have any idea on that too. But why I'm just wanting involved in the project. I want to know some idea on that SD-WAN project because even everyone is just even applying for every job. Everyone asking for the SD-WAN knowledge in that new premises. So I just want to learn about the technology, how it's working. That is why I joined this session too.
Definitely, Dinesh. So I noted your feedback. I'll make sure, as I mentioned, that every SD-WAN solutions having a same blueprint, same concept. Only the way of doing the configuration is going to be changed. So when we start doing the actual deployment strategy, I will step by step explain how the architecture of the controller are going to look like, why the controller are going to be separated, give me 1 second. So why my branch are going to be separated, why my brains are going to be central locations, how tunnels are going to be required, and which type of traffic concept is going to be forwarded, how my central management is going to be look like, how single pane of dashboard is going to look like. So those things I will discuss then as everything. So you can understand the blueprint of the any SD-WAN. And once we start doing the deployment configuration and troubleshooting scenario discussion in the actual lab practice, then you have the more comfortable while doing the means by understanding these solutions. Okay, so don't worry, we'll cover each and everything in detail. Okay.
So for the SD-WAN implementation, you have to have you should be more deeper knowledge on BGP, right, sir?
See, so what is that's very good question and fair question. As I mentioned that if you are planning to learn SD-WAN, okay, so my recommendation, just try to brush up your static routing. Okay, that is one thing.
Okay.
And the second thing, you try to brush up your BGP. At least you know how to form the iBGP, okay, and how to form the eBGP. I don't want more than that. If you know how to form the iBGP, eBGP, and how to advertise the route into BGP. And if you have the knowledge of the any attribute like local preference or AS path, that is good, right? But for me, what is going to happen? You can see in this topology, there are two concepts we are going to cover. One is going to be your underlay and one is going to be your overlay. So overlay doesn't require any BGP. Okay, it's completely new routing protocol.
I heard about this, sir, in 𝗵𝗶𝗃 concept, overlay and underlay tunnel something. I heard about it.
Yes. That's what we are going to discuss underlay and overlay. Overlay doesn't require any BGP here in the SD-WAN. We use the protocol that is the OMP, overlay management protocol. But in underlay, when we have the internet connectivity, in this internet connectivity, we are going to use the static routing. And in this particular MPLS, we are going to use the BGP. So that's why I require the prerequisite as a MPLS and BGP and the static routing. Okay, Dinesh? So try to brush up it. Okay, sir. Thank you. Any other questions apart from Dinesh, guys? Mohammed Akhtar, you have any
Yes,
question? Please go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, like, for nowadays, is only the CCI is not enough for like good job?
Very good question. So, see, CCI is passion, right? If you're becoming a CCI and holding the number, right? Any number, right? So it's kind of the very good sign, very good passion, and it's like evaluate. You did really great job to crack this exam. But trust me, guys, the way market is evolving. I'm mentioning that if you're becoming the CCI, okay, what is track? CCNA, CCNP, and CCI. Let's suppose you done for the enterprise infrastructure. That all considered as a networking. So how much growth you can expect? 30 lakh, 40 lakh, right? 50 lakh LPA. That's I'm talking about the very upmost side LPA in India. If you're
Okay.
going outside, might be you're going to get more than that. But they have the threshold. Getting 30 lakh, 40 lakh CCI engineer, after that, it's very difficult just on the CCI because you're the network expert. Company are hiring not CCI. They are hiring engineer who can save money. Just take an example. See, if I'm the hiring, because I was a hiring manager also in my previous organizations when I left the job. So let me explain one of the scenario. What we thought when you go for hire for any engineer. Let's suppose I'm the manager, right? Tech manager. Sorry. Tech manager. And I have the portfolio of two things, NOC and SOC. In NOC, definitely what I'm running, just basically, let's suppose router, we have switch, we have WLC, we have the AP. Generally, we product manage in the NOC. These all product. If you talk about SOC having multiple portfolio, might be have the Palo Alto firewall, might we have the FortiGate firewall, right? These all the firewall, might be checkpoint firewall. Any of these. Also, you have the F5 load balancer, right? You have the Zscaler cloud security as well. You have the any kind of the Prisma access. So SOC having a multiple product, NOC having a limited product, means you're just managing the network infrastructure, routers, switch, WS, and AP. So now let's suppose to manage this project NOC and SOC for the one customer. Take an example, the customer is AT&T or might be the, yes, take an example, Bank of America. Okay, this is the one of the customer. Bank of America is one of the customer. They told, hey, I signed this particular RFP for your company and you have to manage my NOC and SOC and I can approve budget and based on that budget, you can run my operations. So that's fine. Now it's fine. Any budget has been approved. They don't worry about your assessment. They just give the money and you have to manage the NOC and SOC. Now let's suppose if I need to hire people. So what I'm going to hire that? There's two options. Let's suppose I can hire all CCI for the managing. Let's suppose 6 CCI engineer to managing the NOC, right? Average cost of 30 LPA. So how much? It's going to be 1.8 CR LPA annual cost. That is a network management. Similarly, if I'm going in the security, might be I'm going to hire the 6 CCI for the security expert, right? So it is also going to be, let's suppose 40 LPA each. So it is going to be like 2.4 CR is the cost for the annual. Now I have to make a roster. And based on that roster, I will put 2 from network, 2 plus security. So 4 engineer going to align in the each shift. And then they can manage the network and security both. This is how you can manage the shift. Because you have to manage the router switch. Who is going to manage the router switch? This network people. Who is going to manage the firewalls? 2 people from the firewall as well. So 2 in morning shift, 2 in the afternoon shift, 2 in the evening shift. Probably you have to keep 2 more in buffer because you have to also give the off shift timing off and all. They have some sick leave, they have some plan leave. So you have to hire more people. I'm giving the example. But what is going to happen? Your cost is going to be very high. But what I'm going to do that instead of hiring individual skills, 40 lakh and 60 lakh, I can hire one engineer who have the both product, and instead of the 30 lakh, I can give just 50 lakh here, 50 LPA per engineer. Instead of 30 LPA, I'll give the 50 LPA per engineer who can handle the network and security. So how many engineers are required? I required just 3 engineer, or might be I just required 6 engineer, not more than that, or 5 engineer. Just taking as 3 engineers, just who have the full knowledge, or might be I can use the 4 engineer. So 4 into 5 is going to be 2 CR budget. And how much it is happening? It's happening right now as per this calculation, 2.4 and 1.8. It's going to be more than the 4 CR and all. So you saving the 50% of budget. So I'm giving the very high level overview. Means you paying more for the engineer who have the multi skills. Engineer also happy, he can manage your network. And you also happy because you end with the saving the cost. So in short summary, what I'm going to say that instead of focusing on the CCI track, that is my recommendation. If you're doing that, really great. I salute to you. If you can do that, if you have the money, if you have the patience, you can just try, you can do that. It's really good value for your life. But for my recommendation, you go CCNA. If you want to earn money more, CCNP, go with the SD-WAN. Not go for the CCI unless or until you have the very passion to become a CCI. Try to earn new skills like Palo Alto, like FortiGate, like Zscaler. Trust me, guys, this will give easily 50 plus LPA CTC in the India, 60 plus LPA is in India. So don't go and change for the CCI. Okay, Mohammed? After?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Any other questions, guys? Somebody also wanted to ask. I see. Who was that? Praveen?
Yeah, Praveen here.
Yes, Praveen. Please go ahead.
I want to know, actually, if we have to deploy the SD-WAN in our network, okay, when the new project is coming. So, means after this training, we can do that, and we can do migration also, right?
Yes, definitely. That's a very valid question. So what is the objective of training? So, Praveen, the
Yeah.
main objective of training, you understand the base concept. That is the one thing. Means you understand each and every concept, why SDN, what is the key component, what is the protocols, how it is going to be used. After base concept, you have to deploy the complete SDN solution. And this topology deploy in front of you, these are the real enterprise topology, not like something I built just for the lab purpose. No, real device, real image, and real kind of the connectivity. So you understand how to deploy. Now, third is come as a migration. So migration scenario, I will discuss with you. Let's suppose you have to migrate any non-SD-WAN site to SD-WAN site. So what is the best approach is going to happen, right?
Yeah. Because
It's
most of the data center and company want to migrate our system from SD, means total SDN solution.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. When you go into migrations, so let's suppose your entire infrastructure is running in the legacy WAN, and now you want to do the migration. So what is the first step you have to do that? You cannot do on-fly migration, right? You cannot just dismantle all the site and you start doing the migration. No, it's not time to happen. There are migration strategy. So I will discuss those migration strategy, how you can build any new branch, okay? How you can build the parallel data center, how you can offload traffic from the legacy data center to the parallel data center, how you can make the connectivity from the legacy branch to new branch via making the route linking from your legacy data center. So those all scenario I will discuss in the course. So you guys will feel comfortable while doing the migration. You have the idea how the redistribution is going to happen, how the route linking is going to happen.
And
Okay.
ZTP concept also for automation.
ZTP is zero trust provisioning. That is going to part of our course. Okay, zero trust provisioning. So if you want to deploy any branch without doing any kind of the manual efforts, if you want to just plug and play concept, you want to deploy that. So how ZTP is going to play a vital role? What is the step-by-step structured process is going to follow? What all process is going to evolve to deploy ZTP process? So we'll discuss that all.
Okay.
Okay, Praveen? Don't worry about that.
Okay.
So we have a lot
automation is also there, or no? It is separate.
No, see, Cisco SD-WAN automation is different course. if any scenario you have, you want to get API call, you want to just automate from the any kind of the third party API, just let me know. I will showcase you just one or two examples, but this is not part of the course. Okay, Praveen, to be honest, I want to say you. Automation is different course. This is the SD-WAN course.
Okay. So you provide that also,
Yeah, definitely.
right?
If you have any use cases, just discuss with me. I will just definitely give the solution for that.
Okay, we'll discuss. Yeah.
All right.
And what's the duration for this complete?
Okay. So that's also very good question. So, guys, this batch is going to be, let me talk about that. This batch is going to be 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. IST, Monday to Friday. Initially, it's going to be 3 days in a week initially, but later after next week, we'll put in the 5 days in a week, Monday to Friday. This is the batch timing. It's going to take almost 1.5 months. Okay. So you can just think about 45 days is going to require to complete this course. Okay. What I would say, because we are going to regular, so it's going to be 30-35 hours course. So it is going to finish. Now, your lab access will be, it's going to be 60 days, right? 2 month lab access is going to be there. Okay. So this is a 2 month. It's going to be there. And labs are available 24/7. That's a very key thing. It's not like it's 4 hours. Some vendors are offering, if you go for the market, if you ask for the lab, they'll say, no, we'll give the night 2 hours for you, morning 2 hours for you, evening 2 hours for you. They generally do in the market, but we are offering 24/7. It's not like 2 hour, 4 hour lab. You are going to get this URL. Let me show you. You are going to get like this.
Can we set up the lab in laptop or server?
No, laptop is not possible, to be honest. Laptop is not possible. So because if you're doing the laptop setup, no lab, you have to buy minimum 128 GB RAM. Okay.
So it means
So if you
server
have,
we require.
you have to purchase server, not a laptop is not going to be enough for you. So what you have to do that, you just have to use this link. We'll share the link. You have to use your credentials. Everyone is going to get your all credentials on username and password. And after that, you just have to select the HTML console and then you give the CAPTCHA and login. So your lab is going to be login and you just start this like, hey, I want to use this vManage. Let me see if I have any IP and all. So I can show you. So you just simply log in. I can just use this. Let me see if the password is taking. I don't think it's a configured, it's a factory default. Let me try to set the password. Yeah, it's a factory default, no configuration. Okay. So I will build this lab. So you can see this is asking to, this is a day zero configuration. Even you're deploying the vManage. So still we don't know what is the vManage, how to deploy that. But if I want to deploy, so I have to select that compute and data. So I will explain what is the compute and data meaning here. And then we can just go and deploy that. And based on that, we have select the disk and it's going to be formatted and then it is going to be turned on the device. Once it is going to turn on, then we have to do the configuration for the LAN WAN. And similarly, we have to deploy the other controller, other branch location. So this is going to be very interesting course, guys. Trust me. And it's going to give a lot of insights you're going to understand.
So we get the lab guide also?
Yeah, we have the lot of lab guides. That's very important. All the study materials you're going to get along with the lab guides. How to create the application aware policy. You're going to understand how to configure the CA, cPlot policy, extranet policy, spoken routing policy, OMP policy, QoS policy, service insertion policy, TLog preference policy, TLog extensions you're going to understand. Also VPN membership, vManage configuration, vBond configuration, vSmart configuration, VPN membership. So these all are going to be there. Along with that, you are going to get a lot of study materials, how to do that. Learning means some of the any concept I'm going to explain theoretically, that also you're going to get learning material. Also, we'll discuss the interview preparations as well. Step by step interview preparation, we'll discuss about that. So we'll do session on that as well.
Okay.
Thank you, Praveen. RK, you have any questions? I can see you're trying to ask something.
Yes, Actually, sir, I was disconnected because of some work issue.
No
So
problem.
I started with your lecture, and what I realized, you just give the SD-WAN briefing about all of us. So apart from that, means you are going to share the recording with us. So in
Yeah,
case
so yeah, that's also very important, guys. So I missed that recording. So recording of all classes, right? Means all class recording will going to happen, right? And these recordings are going to be available lifetime with you. So you guys have to once you complete your enrollment process, so you have to go learn.GuiNet. This portal, you have to complete your enrollment. Means just have to sign up, right? You just complete the sign up. Once you complete your enrollment process with support team or counselor, just complete a sign up. If you have any doubt, you can just WhatsApp on this number, call on this number. Somebody is going to immediately help you. Once you complete the sign up process, then every batch, whatever you're doing, that is going to record it, and this is going to available in the 220% live batch. Like you can see, we have done a lot of SD-WAN, FortiGate, 𝗬𝗓, data center, English, Hindi. So that all batch, even the network automations. So these are going to be recorded, and these batch courses are going to be available for lifetime. So you can access from anywhere, even you can website, or you can download our app from the Play Store. Also, you can download from your App Store. Choice is yours. Okay, RK, make sense?
yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, RK. Yeah. Any
Okay.
other questions, guys? Please go ahead.
My last
Yeah,
question.
hi sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Praveen, hold on. Yes, Subhas, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. I'm Subhash. Actually, for today only, I'm joining these classes. My friend
Okay.
is referred this class. So my question is, I'm working on a SD-WAN project, sir, for a basic configuration MX67 and 68. Fortinet 40F and 60F. Basic configuration only I know, and right now I'm working on a monitoring purpose only. So how for learning which classes I attended more than learn, and what classes are you refer, sir?
So देखो सुभाष, actually आप already you are doing the great in terms of the FortiGate monitoring, configuring, like, and you also know the FortiGate SD-WAN, right? As you mentioned, कर रहे हो ना FortiGate
Yes,
SD-WAN पे काम. So देखो
yes, sir. But I
हाँ,
know that monitoring only, sir. But not
तो इसलिए बोल
extreme
रहा हूँ. तो मुझे
configuration.
ये बताओ आप कि बहुत ऑनेस्टली बताओ मुझे. देखो डॉक्टर से ना इलाज लेने के लिए उसका सही बताना
Sir,
पड़ता है आपको. आपको क्या
sir,
क्या अभी नॉलेज है? यू हैव द CCNA नॉलेज और
one
नॉट?
second, sir. 1 second, sir. 1 second, sir. I don't know that language, sir. I know
Okay.
English and
Okay. So do you have a CCNA certifications or not?
no, sir, not. But I completed CCNA course, but I
Okay.
don't have a certificate.
No problem. You know basic CCNP means you. Let me put in different way. If you know CCNA, do you have a static routing understanding and BGP
Yes,
understanding?
sir. No, sir. I'm class joining for off time only, sir.
Okay.
I'm
So
joining
no
in
problem.
between
So
that.
I would suggest, see, before you jump in the SD-WAN, right? You can jump in the SD-WAN, but if you really want to become the SDN solution expert, right? So join my parallel class, okay? That is CCNP, which is going to start by next week, right? In Hindi
Okay.
or English, both it is going to happen. So you can join any of the batch. If you feel the English compatible, you can join English batch. Hindi compatible, Hindi batch. So I
Okay,
will
English.
cover for you static routing, okay? It's going to
Okay.
be static routing and BGP for you during the class, or also I can share the recording for you. So you can just go with that particular two concept. Once you have this knowledge, right? Already you have a CCA knowledge, you have the firewall knowledge. Then you can go and start learning the SD-WAN. SD-WAN is going to be completely new for everyone. Just we have to build the underlay starting in the BGP. So when you want to learn by yourself, you can do that and just jump in the SDN solutions, and then I'll train you to become the SD-WAN expert, and you'll feel more comfortable, Subhas. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, that batch is when you're starting time,
That is
sir.
going to be started by next week only.
Okay.
Okay, so you just reach out to the counselors, they will guide you. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even
Okay,
you
sir.
can ask them if you don't have time for the live classes, you can ask them to share. Sir told me share the recordings for the static routing and BGP. They can share you, and you can continue the SD-WAN, and parallel you can start learning this static routing configuration, BGP and OSPF. So that is also going to be helpful for you.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Somebody else. I think Praveen, you are trying to ask something again.
Yeah, I just actually I want to connect with you if you have a time tomorrow. So
Yeah,
regarding
definitely.
to discuss some,
We'll try to connect tomorrow. So you just reach out
uh,
to support team. They will
yeah,
make you Zoom call arrangement, or might be they will connect over the WhatsApp. So I'll connect with you. Okay, Praveen?
yeah, thank you.
Okay.
गुड इवनिंग सर।
वेरी गुड इवनिंग धर्म, बताइए।
सर पहले तो बहुत बहुत बधाई हो मेरी सर जॉब लग गई और कहीं।
अरे वाह, बहुत बहुत कंग्रेचुलेशन। कौन सी कंपनी में ज्वाइन किया अभी आपने?
सर रिकॉर्डिंग तो नहीं हो रही, यूट्यूब पे तो नहीं डालोगे सर?
नहीं, चलो बता दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, आप चैट में लिख दो। आई
हाँ,
नॉट टेक ए नेम, ओके, क्योंकि लाइव है तो पता नहीं कहाँ जा रहा होगा, आई डोंट केयर। सो आप ऐसे बता दो कि भाई मतलब हाउ मच सीटीसी यू आर गेटिंग राइट नाउ, पहले से और अभी से, वो बता दो मुझे, कंपनी में बताओ रहने दो।
पहले तो सर 4.78 था, तो
ओके,
यहाँ 10 के करीब लगा।
अच्छा 10 डेज, वेरी गुड यार। मतलब सिंस व्हेन यू ज्वाइंड अस एज ए लर्निंग एज ए स्टूडेंट टू अस, और क्या क्या सीखा अभी आपने?
तो सर आपसे तो SD-WAN सीखा था, तो
हाँ,
फिर से
ओके ओके,
रिपीट करने के लिए आया हूँ तो।
चलो गुड गुड, डोंट वरी, यू कैन रिपीट दैट, ओके, एंड यू ग्रो अ
कांग्रेस
लॉट।
कांग्रेस धर्म भाई, कांग्रेस
Congratulations
कांग्रेचुलेशन
again.
हाँ,
Yeah. Dharam, I
थैंक
believe
big
you done
achievement from
SD-WAN and
from our
Palo
side.
Alto FortiGate also, right? With me,
यू। यस सर, यस सर।
Palo Alto FortiGate and SD-WAN, right? काफी
हाँ,
अच्छा ग्रो
पोलो,
हुआ, right?
यस सर, यस सर।
हम्म,
पोलो अल्टो एंड फायरवॉल, फायरवॉल पोलो अल्टो एंड SD-WAN। तो जो इंटरव्यू था ना वो SD-WAN के ऊपर ही था, तो सर
क्या क्या पूछा, थोड़ा
क्लाइंट,
बताओगे, जैसे आइडिया दो, क्या क्या पूछा आपसे?
मतलब क्लाइंट ने ना जो इंटरव्यू लिया था ना वो SD-WAN पे लिया था। SD-WAN पे सबसे पहले उन्होंने पूछा कि आपने SD-WAN डिप्लॉयमेंट किया है? तो मैंने
हम्म,
बोला यस सर, मैंने डिप्लॉयमेंट किया है। VH जो थे ना हमारी पुरानी कंपनी में, वो
हाँ
सारे
हाँ,
ऑन बोर्ड करवाए हैं हमने। तो
अच्छा
वो
ठीक है।
सारा प्रोसेस पूछा उन्होंने कि
हम्म,
मैंने फिर बता दिया। इनिशियली कॉन्फ़िगरेशन तो चाहिए, फिर पहले फिर अंडरले बनाएंगे, उसके बाद लाइसेंसिंग इंस्टॉल करेंगे, कॉपी
हम्म।
करेंगे, इंस्टॉल करेंगे, फिर CSR
एकदम
जनरेट करेंगे।
बिल्कुल 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 चीजें आपको रट गई थी जो हमने क्लास में पढ़ा था, सिकंदर भाई बता दिया
जी
आपने।
जी, CSR जनरेट करेंगे, फिर ग्रांट सर्टिफिकेट लेंगे, फिर सभी कैसी नंबर कॉपी करके सभी कंट्रोलर में डालेंगे, फिर जाके ऑनबोर्ड होगा 5 टपल के बाद।
5 टपल के
5 टपल
साथ,
फिर विद
सिस्टम वाइज
3 टपल।
कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के साथ। हम्म,
यस सर, यस सर।
वेरी गुड
तो
धर्म यार,
सर
आई रियली इम्प्रेस्ड यार, एंड आई फाइंड राइट कि एटलीस्ट आपने इतना प्रिपरेशन किया, क्योंकि इतना सीक्वेंस में लोगों को याद नहीं रहता, बट यू प्रिपेयर योरसेल्फ वेरी नाइसली
जी,
कि यू गिवन द राइट आंसर टू योर क्लाइंट फ्रॉम
यस
बेसिक।
सर। विद डायग्राम लिया उन्होंने ना, डायग्राम पूछा कि आपने आपकी कंपनी में कैसे था नेटवर्क, तो वो
हम्म
सारा बताया। तो फिर उन्होंने बताया कि रेडिडेंसी कैसे काम करेगा, ये
हम्म,
जो है। तो वो सारा सर समझाया कि ट्रैफिक फिर इधर से फेल ओवर होने के बाद इधर से जाएगा।
ओके, वेरी नाइस
तो
वेरी
सर
नाइस। सो यू आर
फिर
राइट नाउ, यू आर,
Thank you
सर
so much,
वहाँ
Professor, for this
SD-WAN
achievement.
मिराकी का है सर,
अच्छा
मिराकी।
मेराकी का, ओके ओके, कोई
मिराकी,
बात नहीं कोई बात नहीं, कोई भी एसडी है, यू कैन लर्न अबाउट, बट एसडी कॉन्सेप्ट पता है ना, दैट्स मोर इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर यू।
बिल्कुल सर। बाकी और भी सर काफी एक्सेस है, जैसे ये हो गया पॉलो अल्टो का प्रिज्मा एक्सेस,
अच्छा,
40 40 एनालाइजर, जी
हम्म।
स्केलर, जी स्केलर रीड ओनली है अभी बस, जी
बट
स्केलर।
बट धर्म, मेरा एक रिकमेंडेशन है आपके लिए, अगर जी स्किलर जहाँ मिले ना उसको पकड़ के सीख लेना, ठीक है? दैट्स माय ऑनेस्ट ओपिनियन फॉर यू, बिकॉज आप पुराने स्टूडेंट हो। जी स्किलर और प्रिज्मा एक्सेस अगर आपने सीख लिया ना, तो जब आपकी वैल्यू 10 लाख है ना, मैं बोल रहा हूँ 30 लाख में कब कन्वर्ट हो जाएगी आपको पता ही नहीं चलेगा। विद इन 2 साल के अंदर, 1 साल के अंदर ही, इफ यू कैन लर्न दिस जी स्किलर एंड द प्रिज्मा एक्सेस, क्योंकि दे हैव द रियली गुड डिमांड इन द मार्केट एंड वी डोंट हैव इंजीनियर। मैं तो अभी, देखो अभी रिसेंटली मैंने कॉर्पोरेट बैच दिया है, यू गैस कैन अंडरस्टैंड, देखो ये कॉर्पोरेट बैच मैंने दिया है जी स्किलर का, दिस इज अ कॉर्पोरेट बैच, जी स्किलर, दिस इज अ कॉर्पोरेट बैच। देखो इसके अंदर क्या क्या नहीं हमने पढ़ा है, वी डिस्कस ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, एवरीथिंग, देखो कितने सारे लेक्चर हैं इसके अंदर, सिप्पा, एडमिन जे, तो दिस इज द लाइक रियल लाइक कोर्स, राइट, जहाँ पे वी डिस्कस ईच एंड एवरीथिंग है, कॉर्पोरेट का है बिल्कुल। तो इतना डिमांड है कि लोग फ्रेशर हायर कर रहे हैं, एंड दे हायरिंग लाइक मी या ट्रेनर और अदर फ्रीलांसर को हायर करके, या जो ट्रेनर हैं कि भाई हमारे लोगों को ट्रेन कर दो, उनको ट्रेनर तक नहीं मिल रहे हैं। तो दे आर
नहीं, यहाँ
पेइंग
भी नहीं
गुड।
मिल रहे सर, यहाँ भी नहीं मिल रहे जी स्केलर के।
नहीं मिलेंगे ना, क्योंकि मार्केट में है ही नहीं, लैब ही नहीं है, लोगों को नॉलेज ही नहीं है। तो दैट्स माय रिकमेंडेशन कि इफ एनीवन इज गेटिंग अ चांस टू वर्क ऑन जी स्किलर ना, माय ऑनेस्ट ओपिनियन, सीख लेना उसको, प्रिज्मा एक्सेस सीख लेना है। थोड़ा भी शर्माने की जरूरत नहीं है कि भाई मैं क्यों सीखूं, क्या है इसके पीछे लॉजिक है, क्या है। सीख लो उसको, जितना सीखोगे उतना ही पैसा बढ़ेगा आपको। मैं तो यही चाहूंगा। देखो टीचर एक होता है या एक ट्रेनर होता है, दे ऑलवेज, आपके दोस्त होंगे आपसे जलेंगे, आपके फैमिली मेंबर आपसे जलेंगे कि आप पैसा क्यों कमा रहे हो, लेकिन व्हेन यू कम टू मी एंड से कि मैं 50 लाख का पैकेज हो गया, 60 लाख का पैकेज, 1 ईयर का, तो मुझे भले ही कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है या आपने फीस पे किया जो भी दिया, राइट, बट आई विल फील प्राउड ऑन दैट डे कि भाई
यस।
आई कंट्रीब्यूटेड समवन लाइफ जो इतना ग्रो कर गया है। और आप लोग जो सामने से आके बताते हो ना मुझे कि भाई मेरा ये हुआ, हर हर रोज मेरे पास मैसेज आता है, लिंक्डइन पे आता है, लोग मेल करते हैं, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं होता क्योंकि मैं ग्लोबली लोगों से इतना कनेक्टेड रहता हूँ, तो मैं सबको टाइम नहीं दे पाता हूँ, दैट्स माई प्रॉब्लम। लेकिन मैं क्लास में पूरा बात करता हूँ फिर, क्योंकि आप लोगों का टाइम होता
यस।
है, तो आई टॉक एवरीथिंग इन द क्लास एंड मेक श्योर कि यू गाइज फील कंफर्टेबल, फील कनेक्टेड, एंड आई ऑलवेज विश एवरीवन शुड ग्रो इन देयर
ये तो
करियर।
सर सैल्यूट, ये तो सर सैल्यूट आपको है
मैम,
सर कि सर
मैं
आपने इतना इतना शुद्धता
मैडम
से
से
आके
बात
दिया
हुई
कि
थी,
अपनी
मैम को बोला
जनरेशन लेवल पे।
मिलाने के लिए,
थैंक
तो
थैंक
बोले
यू आर के।
क्लास में मिल।
अच्छा अच्छा, मैम से बात हुई थी आपकी,
सर
राइट?
हाँ जी जी, बोले क्लास में मिल लेना,
मैं
ऐसे नहीं बात कराएंगे।
मैं तो चाहूंगा सर, मेरा SD-WAN पे एकदम नहीं, कुछ भी फोकस नहीं, मैं तो पहली बार स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ सर। SD-WAN क्या है, कैसे है, मुझे थोड़ा राउटिंग स्विचिंग का एक्सपीरियंस है,
हम्म
बाकी
हम्म
SD-WAN
हम्म।
मेरे लिए एकदम नया है सर। बट मार्केट में SD-WAN आ रहा है सर, इसलिए मैं इसको ज्वाइन कर रहा हूँ। होप आई विल बी द गुड लर्नर
राइट
और
राइट आगे, सो
कंट्रीब्यूटर।
आगे टेंशन मत लो, ठीक है, यू आर इन द राइट प्लेस, ठीक है। मेक श्योर कि आपको नहीं आता तो मैं सिखा के भेजूंगा, ताकि आप भी 3 महीने बाद जब मेरे पास आओ या 6 महीने बाद आओ, सो यू लाइक कॉल टू सपोर्ट नंबर, जैसे धर्म अभी आए हैं, एंड ऑल्सो कॉल कि लाइक मुझे बात करना है, आई विल कम इन द क्लास एंड शेयर एक्सपीरियंस इन स्टोरी एज वेल। तो दैट्स माई कमिटमेंट, क्योंकि देखो यार, एक्चुअली क्या है कि मैं ना हर रोल पे काम किया हूँ, तो हर लोग का दर्द मैं समझता हूँ। मैंने L1 पे भी काम किया है, L1 टीम को मैनेज भी किया है, मैंने L2 भी काम किया, उनको मैनेज भी किया है,
यस।
L4 L3 सबको मैंने एज ए डायरेक्ट रिपोर्ट ही मेरे थे, मैंने काम भी किया है, और उनके साथ मैंने उनके साथ मैनेज भी किया है, डिप्लॉयमेंट भी की है, उनके साथ बैठ के कॉन्फ़िगरेशन भी किया है, ट्रबल शूट भी किया है। तो आई नो द
यस।
पेन। बट मैंने ये चीज देखा है कि अगर आपके पास कंटिन्यूअस लर्निंग का, अगर आपके पास अगर माइंडसेट है, कंटिन्यूअस लर्निंग, एक होता है कंटिन्यूअस इंप्रूवमेंट एंड कंटिन्यूअस लर्निंग, वही बंदा लाइफ में ग्रो आजकल कर रहा है ना। कि आज ऐसा नहीं कि आज मैंने एसडीएन पढ़ लिया और फिर मैं छोड़ दिया। देखो मैं बता रहा हूँ कि जितने लोग क्लास करते हैं उसमें से कुछ ही लोग सक्सेस हो पाते हैं, क्योंकि वो पैसे देते हैं। मेरे को क्या है, कंपनी को पैसे मिल गई, मुझे पेमेंट हो गया, मेरा काम चल गया। लेकिन मुझे दुख तब होता है कि आपने इतना टाइम इन्वेस्ट किया, आपने इतना पैसा लगाया, एंड एंड इज लाइक कि आप उसके कॉन्सेप्ट को जीरो सीख पाए, कुछ नहीं सीख पाए। तो
यस।
सीखने के साथ ना, आपको जैसे धर्म ने यूज किया कि भाई ही यूज द टेक्नोलॉजी टू क्रैक द इंटरव्यू, तो आपको क्रैक करना है इंटरव्यू को, आपको बताना है कि भाई मुझे आता है, चिल्लाना है, लिखना है, आर्टिकल पढ़ना है, ब्लॉग पढ़ना है, वीडियोस देखनी है यूट्यूब बैठकर। नॉट मेरी, मेरी तो है ही आपके पास, बाकी लोग क्या कर रहे हैं उनको भी सुनो, तो फिर मेरे से कंपेयर करो कि भाई ये बंदा क्या बोला। चैट जीपीटी उसको खोलो, उससे पूछो कि भाई एप्लीकेशन राउटिंग AR पॉलिसी क्या होता है, कीएस पॉलिसी क्या होता है, एसडीएन के अंदर किस तरीके से हमारा OMP प्रोटोकॉल काम करता है, टी लॉग क्या होता है, सिस्टम आईपी क्या होता है। अगर नहीं समझा पूछो उससे, चैट जीपीटी से बताएगा वो, सब कुछ बताएगा आपको। लेकिन वो माइंडसेट में कीवर्ड्स आपके पास होने चाहिए ना, VH क्या होता है, CH क्या होता है, मैनेजर क्या होता है, कंट्रोलर क्या होता है, तो ये सब चीज आपको पूछना पड़ेगा। इतने सारे टूल्स हैं, इतने सारे सिस्टम है, तब जाके आपका माइंडसेट एक पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट में कन्वर्ट होगा, देन यू आर गोइंग टू गेट लॉट ऑफ इनसाइट्स, एंड वंस यू हैव लॉट ऑफ इनसाइट्स, यू आर गोइंग टू बी यूनिक इन द मार्केट। आपको ऐसे ही लोग बुला लेंगे, इंटरव्यू में जाओगे, बातें करोगे तो लगेगा यार बंदे में दम है, दे विल हायर यू। ठीक है,
सर
नहीं
वो
चलो
सर, हमारे
एम
पास
एन
तो कोई एफर्ट नहीं।
यस,
MNC है सर, MNC
MNC,
कंपनी है। इंडिया की सेकंड लार्जेस्ट कंपनी, बाकी
मैं समझ
अंदाजा आप
गया,
लगा ही ले।
मैं समझ गया, मैं समझ गया, चलो ठीक है, मैं समझ गया। हम कहाँ पे आप हो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, नाम मत लो, रहने दो, कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं। चलो धर्म, ऑल द बेस्ट। 10 इज नॉट अ गेम, राइट? माई गेम इज टू
Thank
बिकम 30 LPA 40 LPA, वो मेरा गेम रहता है। 10 तो मैं समझता हूँ कि अभी आपके लिए जस्ट एक छोटा
स्टार्टिंग
सा गिफ्ट है, स्टार्टिंग है। 10 को मैं कुछ नहीं समझता हूँ, मेरे से पूछो तो कि 10 इज नथिंग। अगर कोई बोलता 10 लाख का CTC है, 12 लाख का CTC, तो आई जस्ट कंसिडर कि चलो अभी अभी स्ट्रगल करो, अभी अभी कुछ नहीं, खुश तो होने की जरूरत नहीं है। सेलिब्रेट
यस।
फॉर सम टाइम, नॉट फॉर द परमानेंट। ऐसा नहीं कि अब हो गया तो चलो पढ़ाई छोड़ दे, नहीं। आपको यहाँ से डबल मेहनत करनी है, ट्रिपल मेहनत करनी है, क्योंकि अब आपका प्लेटफॉर्म पैसा आ गया, उसको इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हो, उसमें आप टूल खरीद सकते हो, आप कोर्स ले सकते हो, आप किसी के साथ अलग अलग तरीके से डिबेट कर सकते हो, अच्छे फ्रेंड सर्कल बना सकते हो, उनके डिनर पर जा सकते हो, उनसे अच्छी बातें निकलवा सकते हो, टेक टेक पे बेसिकली, नॉट ऐसे वैसे।
Yes.
तो वो
Yes.
सब काम करो, एंड एंड गोल कि हमें 20 पे जाना है, अगला टारगेट 20 होना चाहिए, उसके बाद आपका 25 होना चाहिए, उसके बाद 30 होना चाहिए।
Right.
ठीक है,
Correct.
आई थिंक, यस यस प्लीज।
No, I'm saying, yeah, you are saying correct.
यस प्रवीण।
बिकॉज या सैलरी का कहते हैं ना कि 10% पढ़ाई में इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए।
यार उससे ज्यादा
बस,
रिटर्न कहीं मिल ही नहीं सकता आपको, कहीं म्यूचुअल
बिल्कुल
फंड में डालो आप बिटकॉइन में डाल दो, कहीं डाल दो,
कुछ
जो पढ़ाई आपको रिटर्न दे सकता है ना।
करेक्ट।
देखो 4 से 10 पहुंचना, आप इसका आरओए जोड़ लो कितना हो सकता है, 6-8 महीने के अंदर ही बता रहा हूँ, 6 महीने ज्यादा नहीं होगा, धर्म को मेरे से जुड़े हुए 6 महीने या 4 महीने
बिल्कुल
हुए होंगे ऐसे ही।
Yes.
डबल डबल के
एक हमारे
पैकेज है।
रेस्टोरेंट है, मदन मदन, मैं बताता हूँ स्टोरी, आप लोग उनका देख भी लोगे, यूट्यूब पे मिल जाएगा। ऐसे ही बंदा कंफ्यूज था, वो कॉल सेंटर में बैकएंड टीम होती है ना, वहाँ पे डाटा एंट्री का काम करता था। सो ही कम टू अस कि सर मुझे ना नेटवर्क में जाना, कोई दोस्त था उसका, ही वाज अर्निंग, मतलब साथ में दोनों काम करते थे, और उसने कहीं सीसीएनए कर लिया था, सीसीएनपी कर लिया था, और वो 7-8 लाख के पैकेज पे था, और उसको जलन होती थी कि भाई मैं 12,000 कमा रहा हूँ, जिसका 7-8 लाख का पैकेज है। तो कहीं मेरे एक ऑफिस के ही एक सर हैं, उनसे वो कनेक्ट हुआ, और उनसे कनेक्ट होने के बाद कहीं से पता चल रहा होगा, तो ही टॉक कि सर मुझे ये करना है, वो करना है, और मेरे को भी ऐसा करना है, मेरा दोस्त ऐसा बन गया, तो उसको कुछ पता नहीं था। तो उन्होंने गाइड किया कि चलो कोई बात नहीं, आप क्लास ज्वाइन करो। उसने सीसीएनए किया, सीसीएनपी किया, पॉल किया, एसडीवीएन किया, सब उसने कर डाला। 6-8 महीने लगा, उसको कोई भी जॉब नहीं था। फिर उसको 2 लाख, मैंने उसको बोला कि भाई 2 लाख का जॉब मिल रहा है ना, तो उसको ज्वाइन कर ले। एंड ट्रस्ट में गए, वो 2 लाख का जॉब ज्वाइन किया, विद इन 3 महीने उसको कहीं से और ऑफर आ गया 4 लाख का, उसको ज्वाइन किया, फिर 6 महीने काम किया, उसको 8 लाख का ऑफर आ गया, अभी पता है कितने बैठा हुआ, 12 लाख का विप्रो के अंदर बैठा हुआ जेड। और ये पूरा गेम पता है कितने दिन का है, मात्र 18 से 2 महीने 2 साल के बीच का गेम है पूरा। और इतने समय में वो 12 लाख पे पहुंच गया, क्योंकि उसने इतना पढ़ाई कर लिया था कि हर इंटरव्यू क्रैक कर देता था। तो इट्स ऑल हैपन कि आपके पास कितना नॉलेज है, अगर आपका नॉलेज है ना, तो आपकी सैलरी कम है तो लोग ऐसे पिक कर लेते हैं कि बंदा को आता तो है, कम से कम लैब तो कर रखा, कर लेगा हमारे लिए, तो वो प्रैक्टिस
नॉलेज के
कर।
साथ एक और चीज़ है, जैसे मतलब ये तो मतलब कम एक्सपीरियंस, मेरा तो एक्सपीरियंस ज़्यादा है।
हम्म।
मैंने भी आपको सर्च सिर्फ इसलिए किया क्योंकि जो मेरा ट्रैक है लाइन का नेटवर्किंग, हम लोग प्योर के रहे हैं, मतलब मैं भी टेक महिंद्रा में रहा हूँ, है ना,
अच्छा अच्छा।
टेलीकॉम एटीएनटी में था मैं भी। तो
हम्म।
है ना, आप भी उसी लाइन से हो, तो वो चीज़ हम लोग मैच करा सकते हैं।
राइट, डेफिनेटली,
बाकी
मैं तो टेलीकॉम से स्टार्ट करता हूँ, बीटीएस इंजीनियर था पहले, फाइबर लगाता था।
मैं डेटाग्राम में था जब
ब्रॉडबैंड।
एसबीआई का वो लीज लाइन चलता था, एनीवेयर बैंकिंग।
तो मैं
अब
जेडी टेलीकम्युनिकेशन में था, तो मेरी पहली पोस्टिंग बिहार के अंदर थी, तो वहाँ पे मैं साइटों पे जाता था, साइट डाउन हो गया, बीटीएस डाउन हो गया, बीएससी डाउन हो गया, तो भाग के जाओ रात में रिकटेशन के साथ, तो वहाँ से हमने स्टार्ट किया टेलीकॉम का पूरा कंपोनेंट पता है, एचडीएस पीडीएस कैसे जीएसएम काम करता है, एंटीना में ओडीएफ आईडीएफ, मतलब ओडीयू
हम
आईडीयू
लोग तो
कैसे होते हैं।
मक्स को तो खुद ही बीएसएनएल करता नहीं था, मक्स को तो खुद ही हाथ से
हाँ,
करते थे हम लोग।
अलकाटेल का मक्स था हमारे पास, एक था
हाँ,
ईसीआई के मक्स थे, कैसे फाइबर एसडीएच पीडीएफ कन्वर्ट होता है, तो सारा काम किया हुआ है। तो फिर वहां से प्रोटोकॉल में जाना, तो जा सकते हो प्रवीण, प्रवीण इफ यू हैव द पोटेंशियल ना, एक्सपीरियंस ज्यादा होने से कुछ नहीं होता है तो उसको कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो पूरा का पूरा,
करेक्ट।
बट थोड़ा सा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा। देखो मैं भी आज 17-18 साल का एक्सपीरियंस हो गया मुझे, बट टू बी ऑनेस्ट इतने सारे कंपोनेंट है, इतने सारे कोर्सेज है, मैं ट्रेन करता हूँ, मुझे पढ़ना पड़ता है 3-4 घंटा भी रोज, मतलब इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ता है टाइम मुझे टेक्नोलॉजी पे, वरना कैसे मैं अप टू डेट रहूंगा। कोई भी बंदा कुछ भी पूछ देता है, जब आप पब्लिकली अवेलेबल होते हो कुछ भी बताने के लिए, तो यू हैव सम काइंड ऑफ ऑथेंटिसिटी, वरना लोग ट्रस्ट क्यों करेंगे आप पे। अगर आप भी ऐसे
बिल्कुल।
ही गूगल से उठा के बातें करोगे तो लोग ट्रस्ट क्यों करेंगे, फिर गूगल तो है ही है ना। तो यू हैव टू ब्रिंग समथिंग यूनिक इन द टेबल्स, कि भाई आपके पास क्या है यूनिक है, कैसे आप करा रहे हो, क्यों करा रहे हो, पीछे का लॉजिक क्या है।
आपको
तो
मैं एग्जांपल दूं कि
हम्म।
मैं एचडी बहन का इंटरव्यू ट्रैक क्रैक कर चुका हूं,
अच्छा, अरे
लेकिन
वाह।
मैं
हम्म।
पढ़ इसलिए रहा हूं कि मुझे प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज नहीं है।
अच्छा।
तो
और ये
इतने
बताओ कि
एक्सपीरियंस के
क्रैक
साथ
कैसे किया, क्रैक कैसे किया ये थोड़ा
मैं
बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग हो।
सब यूट्यूब से सब पढ़ पढ़ के सारे चीज है।
अच्छा, यूट्यूब से पढ़ के क्रैक कर दे यार,
और
मतलब।
बाकी मेरा कॉन्सेप्ट, एक्चुअली कॉन्सेप्ट तो मेरा क्लियर है, क्योंकि मैं मतलब मुझे भी हो गया 18-19 साल का
हम्म
एक्सपीरियंस।
हम्म हम्म
तो
परवीन भाई,
है ना।
परवीन भाई एक बात बताऊं, अगर आप
हाँ,
सर का प्रैक्टिकल कर लोगे ना, आप में कॉन्फिडेंस और
मैं
पता नहीं कितने
इसीलिए
इंटरव्यू
आया हूँ
और
एक्चुअली,
क्रैक कर जाओगे। बस 2
क्योंकि
महीने
मुझे
लगातार प्रैक्टिस करना।
है ना, मुझे राउटिंग स्विचिंग में कोई इशू नहीं है, फोर्टिनेट में कोई इशू नहीं है, लेकिन मुझे
हम्म।
क्या है, हर चीज़ जब तक हैंड्स ऑन नहीं होती मुझे कॉन्फिडेंट खुद में नहीं आता।
नहीं, अग्री कर रहा हूँ,
सीधी सी
वो
बात
नहीं
है।
आता है जब तक आप बना के चीज देखते हैं। सर,
हाँ,
आपने पढ़ लिया कार कैसे चलाना है, ठीक है, लेकिन
करेक्ट।
कार की स्टेयरिंग हाथ में नहीं है, सो यू आर नेवर
जब तक
नेवर
मैं
गोइंग
हाथ
टू
से
गेट
नहीं
इट।
कर लूंगा तो, और किसी के सामने नहीं मैं परफॉर्म कर पाया तो वो मुझे गिल्ट होगा कि
राइट
मैं नहीं
राइट,
कर
अग्री।
पा रहा। मैं
क्योंकि
सिर्फ
देखो
इसलिए
प्रवीण जी, आपका इतना एक्सपीरियंस है, ऑलमोस्ट मेरे बराबर आप हो, तो हम
करेक्ट।
लोग इस लेवल पे हैं कि वी आर नॉट लाइक टीनेजर, या हम 1-2 साल एक्सपीरियंस वाले बंदे नहीं हैं। सो हमारे अंदर से ना वो आत्मा अलाउ नहीं करता है कि भाई किसी के साथ इनकम्प्लीट डिस्कशन हो, या उसको मैं बता नहीं पाया, उसको समझा नहीं पाया, तो अलाउ नहीं करता है, तो डेफिनेटली।
इसीलिए मैंने कहा कि मैं कल थोड़ा, मुझे मुझे एक्चुअली क्या है, पूरा एसडीएन कॉन्सेप्ट समझना है, तो मुझे थोड़ी लंबी आपसे बातचीत करनी है फ्यूचर के लिए भी,
कोई
है
बात
ना,
नहीं, चलो विल विल
प्रैक्टिस।
कनेक्ट, ओके विल कनेक्ट, डोंट वरी। मैं
या
बोलता हूँ काउंसिल टीम को, दे विल कनेक्ट विद मी टुमारो एंड विल टॉक। चलो,
थैंक
आई थिंक वी आर लेट, गेटिंग लेट गाइस, ठीक है, थैंक्स फॉर
यू।
ऑल डिस्कशन। धर्म, आई विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट, अच्छे से मिठाई उठाई भेज देना मेरे लिए, ठीक है, और
थैंक यू।
सेफ एड्रेस। और बाकी लोग, सी यू अगेन ऑन द मंडे, मंडे को हम मिलेंगे, कल नहीं, मंडे को कनेक्ट करेंगे, ठीक है ना। थैंक यू सो मच,
ओके,
ऑलराइट,
श्योर,
बाय बाय,
थैंक यू,
टेक केयर,
थैंक यू,
थैंक यू,
गुड नाइट।
बाय, गुड डे।